Here we go. 179th. I don't know why, instead of the H, a lot of times I keep hitting the G. Of 179th cigar, 2026. 179th. We're gonna have to do this, or we're gonna have to come this way. For some reason. Whatever. Full moon. Let's go. Oh my gosh. So I did it. Like, hold on. I did it. Editing wise, it did not take a lot of effort. Roundabout kind of sort of ish. Like effort wise, it didn't take that. Hold on. Let me just. I was about to say. I was about to say. Hold on. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. Did I already? Hold on. Already. Already. All right. Bet. Let's get into it. Let's do it. Hey, I got them. That means 179, 180, 181, and 182. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay. Let me just go ahead. Let me get the other stuff. Let me get this out the way so I can just talk. Complaining about my blessings. If that's the biggest complaint, should I go with the matches? I'm gonna go with the matches. Save some fossil fuel. Hold on. Pockets, man. This pocket, that pocket. Okay. Now take it out your pocket and no. She gotta put it in your pocket. Put it in my pocket. All right. Get these out of here. Not a lot of wind blowing. I can use these. There's not a lot of wind blowing. First try. All right. Welcome to the graffiti jungle. Paolo Pulingue. Benvenuti nella giungla di graffiti. Questo è Impostore Rockstar, Fake Rockstar Chat Show. Pensieri Tangentiali, formerly known as Tangential Thought Chat Show. Shout out to my co-host and Doggy Heaven Baby. Podcast for Cigareh, Cigar Talk Podcast. Learn Italian with Chief Gihareh. Soggetto, 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 Soggetto. Soggetto is subject in Italian. Cento, cento. Cento, cento. Cento, cento. That's 100 in Italian. Settanta, settanta. Settanta, settanta. Settanta. It's 70 in Italian. Nove. Nove. It's 9 in Italian. Altogether, questo è soggetto 179. Questo è soggetto 179. This is subject 179. Cinema. Absolute cinema. It's so peak. Cinema. Absolute cinema. Okay. I did it. It's going to premiere. You know that fateful date? That's actually a very important number for some reason. You know is what it is? No. If you do the little, let me see, IXI, IXXI. IX is 9 in Roman numerals, and then XI is 11. IXXI. That's what time the video will premiere to the public. Members get to see it right now. If they're on the bandits, no. The rugged soldiers, yes. The chiefs and the hustlers, no. Yeah. The bandits, no. The rugged soldiers, yeah. The hustlers and pimps, yeah. The chiefs, yeah. Those 3 tiers, the bottom tier, no. Not this video. Not all members, just members, rugged soldier and higher, not the bandits. Okay. So, I already told you what the video is about. I was listening to somebody complain about meetings. If you're complaining about meetings, listening to people talk and you talking to people, sounds like a blessing. If your biggest complaint, oh my gosh, I had so many meetings. Sounds like a blessing to me. That's your biggest stress and worry about life. And so for me, as a fashion designer, I'm complaining. My biggest complaint, my biggest worry. I'm talking to the manufacturers and producers. They telling me what I can and cannot do. With the clothes that I designed. I designed this. When is it gonna get here? How close can you get it to how I envisioned it to be? How close can you get it to how I envisioned it to be? That's my biggest complaint. And then I come back and complain about, I gotta edit content. My biggest complaint is me editing content. That's my biggest stress in life. Oh, the memory. I'm running out of memory. Keep running out of phone memory. All right, so editing wise, super easy. I did it. I did it this time. So, I did exactly as what you want. I started it up here. I was like, so I don't have to edit that part out. Got that part good. Then, I was like, all I gotta do is just run into it. The biggest thing about this time was, I was like, all right, gotta talk a little fast. I don't give a fuck if you're sad. Bitch, I'm happy. You see what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about your feelings. I love myself. I care about what I feel. How you feel about whatever is how you feel. They ain't got shit to do with me. I do not care. Don't nobody bring me no bad news. Oh. I daggone. I started talking in the beginning part. I talked too slow. Not super slow, but I was just talking too slow. I should have talked a little bit faster. But if I talk fast, what 50 Cent say? don't talk fast. If you listen a little fast, you ain't gotta slow down for you to catch up. So I was telling myself, I was like, yo, all right. I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, just talk, just get through that part really fast, and then boom. The one part I had to clean up was after I finished talking, I need to still puff, which will give myself to talk for the next part. And not only that, the next part, I need to puff as long as I was talking in the first part. So this one came out really clean. It came out really clean. I didn't have to do, like, the editing was minimal compared to like the last ones and the last few. Like it didn't take as hard for anything that's on the third. And I really timed it. I could have got it even a little more precise, but even the way I did it, it gave me leeway to make it to still make the editing easier. Like in between me talking from one part to the next, it's like a slight pause. But that's what I'm saying. Like I had enough time to still pause, and I still had enough puff time from the first part that I could just chop that off. Oh, very good. Oh, very good. The first part was just the fact that I took a peek at the timer, and I was like, "Oh man," because so basically, how I had to go about it was, um, okay, I'm talking. That part's gonna be I'm gonna be talking in the beginning. I'm talking, so then I just had to look at the timer to see how long I was talking, and then I had to continue puffing, and basically I'd be like, "Okay, this is what I want to say in the next part," and I gotta puff for the whole time. I gotta puff for that whole time. Like, I'm not saying it, but in my head, I'm like, okay, I want to say this, say this, say this, boom, 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 right? And I gotta puff while I'm, but this time it was like, okay, think about what you're about to say. So that's like, that's kind of sort of almost still, that's still kind of good though, right? Think about what you're gonna say and puff that whole time. Don't move, just puff. No cocoa puffs. Then go to the other side, puff for as long as I don't say nothing, just puff for as long as I was talking, and then just start talking and run into the part of what I wanted to say. It was really smooth. The only thing, and it actually still, it came out in such a way that I'm not like like not too much. It was decent. So, and that was literally that was just my fault, cause I got up close to the camera like twice. On my original first partition top, I got up close to the camera like twice. Actually, 3 times. The first time I just chopped it off. Well, I didn't chop it off. I moved it to the back. And then while I was talking, the only thing I had to do was move the whatchamacallit. That was one. And then the only other thing that whatchamacallit, which sometimes I play with it and it can make it a little bit easier. Sometimes it's like, well, it's not even sometimes for real. Because I usually don't. But now that I have that magnetic tripod, I have. Why was it had? Well, yeah, with the magnetic tripod, it's set up in such a way that it doesn't block the camera or nothing. So I can turn it. I can record from the back camera. Now, when it records from the back camera, that was the only other thing that, and that was just a small particular part. And thankfully, I caught it not before I was finished. So the bucket hat, I just wanted it to be legible. Like, not that it's not legible, but like it would be reversed. because I'm recording on the front camera. So I just had to go back. I was thankfully I wasn't too far, but all I had to do was go back. I had to flip everything, and then once I had flipped everything, I had to kind of go back and edit that little part up. But everything was already matched up timing wise. Oh, then there were 2 times that I came to the camera, and I just had to edit those little parts, but it wasn't too bad, and it still came out really good. It still came out really good. So I did it. And I made sure to like, okay, be over here, be over here. And that's just I'm a director. You know, you got to set the scene, and it's in a third. So it was just a matter of like, this is my divide in a sense, and as long as I don't go past that. So that's why it still came out smooth when I got up close to the camera, because I was like, okay, when I go to whatchamacallit, I'm going to be on this side, and when I was on the other side, I made sure I'm like, do not go past this part, don't go past go. I did not go past such as I was like, no, I'm not whatchamacallit. So it didn't end up interfering, and it turned out really good. And that's why I say, like, I had enough that I could chop off parts and it still come out clean. So I'm happy and I'm proud of that one. I did good on that. I did good on that. I did good on that. I did good on that one, bro. So this is like the celebratory version of that. 160, no, 179. And the other part was, like, yesterday, and these be the little things, right? So yesterday, I had to get, I like the blue packs. I don't even like the color blue, but the blue pack is the whatchamacallit. And it was around like 11. And how do I say? The one joint closed at 12. And they still got blue. The other one, I bought all the blue. So I gotta wait for them to get more blue. So if I would have waited even a little bit longer, because I got there like 11:50 something. I got there like 11:50. And got the whatchamacallit, got 2 more blue. Because I was just thinking, like, yesterday, I was like, dang, I should have whatchamacallit. I should have just got whatever. And so yesterday, I had to do the 2 green. The 2 green actually wasn't like, they're okay. You know what I'm saying? They're okay. The 2 green, they're not bad. They're okay. But I like the blue better. I like the blue better. I like the blue better. So I was just saying, like, if I get up and go now, I'll just be able to get the 2 blue. And I don't even have to, like, even just think about the green. But the green, aesthetically, the green was doing what it was supposed to do yesterday. I was like, that's not what it's supposed to do. I ain't mad at it. Yeah. So that was really cool. That was good, man. That was good. And then outside of that, I gotta so I'm gonna keep sharing, like, so my thing was, how do I appropriately, right, or directly, whatever, but they be having so many whatchamacallits. It don't matter. Every time I see the gym girlies, I'm putting my video right there, just in case one day they just happen to look at it. Throw me in the mix. How do I bark like I want it on social media? I want to appropriately engage with these thirst traps. It's like a decent, I don't know how to explain it. You know, like the Greek and the Romans? The Greek and the Romans, like, they had all these statues and everybody was, like, you know, physically fit and stuff. And so, like, now, you know, it's like a thing. Now, the only thing is, you gotta, like, someone be natural, someone handle work. And it's a couple things with that. There is only, like, one, I think her name is OMG. I don't know how to say I don't know how to say it. She used to annoy me because she ain't talk in her videos. That wasn't the annoying part. It was the fact that she didn't take off, you know, when you set your camera up and then pick the camera up, she didn't edit that out her videos, and that used to annoy me. But she don't do that no more. She don't pop up on my timeline too much anymore. But well, more so. She started popping up a little bit more recently. But um, she had kind of started editing a little bit, not too much, and so that was the thing. Like she didn't, because she don't really have to, right? But I liked her honesty, and she talked about having breast work done, and that's her main selling point. So when you see her, whatchamacallit, that's her main selling point. When you see her fashion sense is all right, but she has one of them. I don't know how to explain it. She has one of those, like, those wild, free spirit nature type of fashion senses. Like, she be putting some pieces on sometimes, but sometimes I feel like you can go like too much to it. I think sometimes like, I don't care about that. But she admitted it, and she said like, yo, this is what she had done. Her only thing is, I think she went to like a D, and I think she said she would have just got a C instead. I appreciate her honesty. I appreciate her honesty. But the ones that you whatchamacallit, the ones you appreciate the most are the ones who all natural, really work, you know. So the other shorty, she you gotta her joint, I can't even much about, like, she solid, she tough. Like, and she's very creative as well. Like, she actually edits her content. She, fashion wise, she be putting, she put it on, and she switch it up, but she big on the built not bought. You gotta appreciate her jump. You gotta appreciate her jump. The built not bought. Um, World War III already started. That's why I got my bucket hat. That's why I have my World War III bucket hat. World War III already started. So, yeah, man. Her John tough. Her John tough. The other shorty, she a sculptor. I don't know where she came out of nowhere, bro. She came out of nowhere. Those are those types of things. I ain't heard nothing about it though. I ain't heard nothing about that. I don't know if we on the right side or not. I don't know nothing about that. Shorty is a sculptor. Like, Cowboy Bebop. And one guy was on Cowboy Bebop. He had aesthetically more of the whole. He a cowboy. He come up on the horse, boom boom, this and the third, da da da. At the end of the episode, he says, "You're a real cowboy," and he gives up being a cowboy. So Spike like, well, what you gonna do next? he said, I don't know. I'm sure something, happened this and that third. And in the episode, he's a samurai. So I've done a lot of different things. We've been doing the fashion designing thing. I did poetry. I published books. It's like, that's how you can switch up. So like, when somebody asks me this and the third, I just really have the option to say, depending on who I'm talking to, what I feel like. I'm an author. I'm a poet. I'm an artist. I can show them paintings. I can show them books. I can it's whatever. I can show them clothes I design. I'm a fashion designer. In conversation, I haven't said actor yet. I mean, like, I kind of sort of like mentioned it, but it wasn't like I led with that. I haven't said actor or director. I haven't led with that. I've mentioned being an actor and director in conversation, but I haven't like led with that before. But I've said it before. A sculptor would be different. Sculptor would be different. That would be a little bit challenging. Now, see, one of my biggest things though about being an artist is they're gonna ask you, well, what type of art, what medium, right? For me, if I lead with saying I'm an artist, I am referring to drawing and painting. So my other joint is, I'm saying that to say like, but some people consider like art and writing and prose and literature types of, art and the beauty in putting certain words and whatever together. And I have something I can say like, oh, I made a song before. Like, I put a beat and I rapped over the beat. You know what I'm saying? So but like a sculptor, how would I go about doing that? And I'm saying all that to say, I've done a couple things with like pottery. I've done a couple things with pottery. I've done a couple things with pottery. Pottery is a little bit different. You can get really good at it. The whole pottery realm, making it spin and, just molding the shape in the clay and whatnot. It's and like those tools, like you need certain tools to like either smooth out your thumbprints or just certain indentations that your hands are gonna have. Like, it got a lot of tools that come with pottery. I've done it before. But if I was to like start a season, make a playlist about that, what would I do? How would I go about it? Those are different types of things. I wouldn't mind making that like a little playlist though. Cause usually I'm not, and it's not to knock or say anything, but usually if somebody says pottery, you think of pots and vases and stuff, Shorty did the Allison, why am I mixing those words together? AI doesn't stand for Allen Iverson no more. Shorty did she did the Allen Iverson stepping over Ty Lue. And that was tough. So I checked her, she posted today. Yesterday she posted it was one like this big. Today she came back and posted another one that's like handheld. And so somebody asked like, how much was this one? She was like, oh, the big one already sold. But I'm gonna be selling some smaller ones on my website. That is tough to me. Like, I don't like, not that I don't, but I rarely see another artist that inspires me. And not only that, she had a painting, and I made a video about her painting. she did the Scarface Jane, but she did it more abstractly. And like I said, I've seen that Scarface not painting. I've seen that Scarface like art in different forms. I've seen Boondocks even have like, there's a version of Huey in that Scarface John. There's a version of Dragon Ball Z on that Scarface John. I've seen this a lot, but it's simple. But I didn't see the abstract one, so I saw her do that, and she posted that, and that was just a painting. I was like, damn, that John tough. I was like, that John tough. So, she inspired me, at least video wise, and this and the third. And then when I went to her page, she could dress too. And one of the things I like when people like, so I have certain pieces like that as well. Like one of my favorite shirts, which I don't wear often, but that'd be a whole nother thing. But I got it in a video though with the guitar. It's a Travis Scott Cactus Jack, and it's like a Hot Wheels type of Jane. And that shirt tough, man. And so I'm trying to think like, cause like when I play with certain stuff in certain contexts, especially when I'm inspired by it, I'm like, okay, well, how can I get close to it or something? And right now I'm kind of sort of thinking of how I could, cause so one of the joints about the Travis Scott shirt, like half of it, it's not even like half of it, bro. I'm not sure if it's just I gotta look at it again. But like one part of it, I'm not sure if it's like fire or whatever. I'm gonna just say fire, but it's like it go down like this, and it's not the whole thing. I'm pretty sure I can do it. I just gotta sit there and like, conceptually, I gotta play with it just a little bit. I'm gonna have to like put a couple elements, but that'd be a whole nother thing with the shirts and the other thing too. But that's why I really that's one thing I've been really enjoying about the jerseys and going about it a certain way. So I think I can play with it to get kind of sort of close to it. But I'm only mentioning that to say like that shirt, if I wear that shirt, you know how you walk into somewhere and you be like, oh, somebody be having the same something that you had on? It doesn't happen a lot, but it happens sometimes, right? Especially if you shop at certain stores. That Travis Scott shirt, I don't care where I'm at. Like nobody, you never going like whatchamacallit. I got these Nike Supreme. They're see-through camo. You don't got no shoes with camo on you. You don't got no shoes with camo on it. That's one. The only other person I seen with them shoes is Chris Brown. Literally, the only person I seen, I was like, damn, Chris Brown got them shits. But it's like stuff like that. And so I remember, I didn't remember, like this was just like yesterday. I went to her page, the sculptor. I went to her page and she had this jacket. And man, the jacket was tough. It was the jacket and there was a couple other pieces. But like she's putting on things that like, you know, shorties kind of dress similar. They dress similarly. You know what I'm saying? But she putting on some stuff that's like, nah, you're not whatchamacallit. You're not about to find this or that. Who else? Madison Cali. Madison Cali. Now, Madison Cali is the harpist. She's the one that plays the harp, and she'll whatever, like, it doesn't have to be a recent song, but she'll take a song and she'll play it. She'll be like, oh, guess this song, and she plays it on the harp, and she's been Kevin Hart has brought her to his house just to play the harp. Like, she be on BET, she be on whatchamacallit, and she be playing Neo. She done play with like a lot of different, I think Beyonce too. She done play with all these celebrities just because she played the harp. Not just because she played the harp, but she started her clothing thing now with her Jane. It's a couple things with her. She, first of all, like, it's just one of them type of things. It's all right, there's the model and then there's you, right? Her, like, and she ain't got, I don't want to like down, like, I don't want to downplay it, but she got a decent body, right? And so it's like when she put this joint on, it's like she gives goddess vibes. She gives goddess vibes, right? And that's how her clothing, her dresses and stuff look. So it'll be like the dress that she, like, for the most part, they might like wrap around something like this, and then the rest of it will kind of just sort of flow, but it'll be like not too tight, but it'll be form fitting. So it's like form fitting, and then but the top part will be like the fabric crosses over her breast on both sides, and then it wraps up there, and she can move it around in certain ways, but her body allows her to do that, like which we'll call it too. So ain't no, as far as like clientele or who's gonna be wearing this, it ain't about to be. It just, I'm just saying, it ain't one of them. Yeah. Um, but it's when you see her, for the most part, she'll probably be dressed a certain way, and whatchamacallit. And is her John is more so like you go to her website, it's only one thing available. It's one thing available. It'll be one dress available. It may be offered in a second color, and one would be like a darker. So, for instance, if you drink wine, you got your red wine and you got your whites. You got your red and your whites. I'm just for example, she'll have one dress will be like a Chardonnay. If that's a red wine, forgive me. But one of her dresses will be like this burgundy red color, and the other version of it will be like the champagne. What's a white? What's a white wine? I don't know. I don't know, but it'll be that like type of thing, just for conversational purposes. One dress will be a white wine, and the second dress will the dark color one will be a red wine. That's just for a example, but it's not gonna be like a lot. It's only gonna be like that one, maybe in a light and a dark color type of thing. But she kind of sort of like dresses just that it'll be that similar whatever, and just burgundy, white, green, blue, and this and the third. I really enjoy her aesthetic. Um, she has a whole bunch of plants. Like, so whenever you see her video, it's her harp, a whole bunch of plants in her. Aesthetically, but she also one of them type of people. She don't do it too often. There was one time she put up the whole, people can ask you a question, and somebody said, "Are you single?" She said, "I'm album," like an album of songs. You knew what we meant. I didn't ask, but somebody had asked, and she had said that. It was one of them type of responses, like, bruh. Just say you talking to somebody, you talking to somebody. That's one of them little cryptic answers. I think I'm ready for 180. Let's go.